Welcome to FleetDesks ERP. In this tutorial, we will discuss how to manage employee statuses, how to differentiate how many employees total we have in our company, and how many employees they are working where, how many employees they have gone on vacations, how many employees they have absconded, and how to manage all of this data. And also, since this information keeps on changing, that once an employee goes for vacations, he comes back. Once an employee joins our company, he starts working in company A, then he jumps into company B, then he jumps into company C. So those statuses, they also keep on changing. So we need a comprehensive management solution where we can keep the records and we can trace everything. So once employee joins the company and he leaves after a certain period, we need to have a record, or we need to have a trail, and or you can say a log, where we keep these records, like how, when, what happened. To do this solution, before jumping into how to do it, first of all, I will show you the visual representation. For example, I have here a demo account, and as of now, I want to understand where exactly are my employees. So you can do it in two ways. So number one option is this employee contract table that we have on our dashboard, and this says that over AUH, for example, this is one of our contract, and this is, we have 5 employees here, we have 2 employees here, we have 7 employees here. For some of them we have 0 employees, but at the very end, if you see, we have vacations, and as we can see, we have one employee who is gone for vacations, and we have one employee who is absconded. So this number can be more, this number can be less. So as you keep feeding the data into the system, this number keeps on changing. And if you want to create any more category here, I will show you now how you can create all of those categories, how you can categorize your employees, and at the end, how you can see all of this information. So as of now, you see there is one employee which is in absconding, one employee which is on vacations, and I have, let's say, 3 employees in this client and 7 employees in this clients. Here you cannot see the name of those employees. Okay, so to check the names and all of this information, you can do it in two ways. Either actually three ways. Either you go to this view employee option, and here, for every employee that you can see here, you can see this option which says contract, and here is the status showing vacation and absconding and talabat AUH and new visa employees. You can see this information here. Also, the second place where you can see this information is this report. It says employee in the employee section, report section. The first report is employee current assigning. If you open this report, this is a very comprehensive report. Here you can see the contract title and the details here. If you sort it, you will be able to see which employee is in which status. Okay, you can see it here. Now the of course, now the next question will be how this information came here and how we can add new information. So to do that, you have to go to the employee section, and here you have to go to the employee assigning option. Here you can see that this employee code, this is his name, this is in this contract title, and this is in this status, absconding, vacations, and talabat SHJ or whatever. So first thing which you have to understand here is that at a given time, one employee can be in only one status at a time. If your employee is on vacations, he cannot be assigned to the company that he was working before. For example, if you have an employee working in Talabat today and he says, I'm going for vacations, you have to remove him from Talabat and then put him on vacations. You cannot put him directly to vacations before removing it from the client itself. So, all of the employees who are somehow assigned already, they are showing in this list. These are employees who are already categorized. If you want to categorize a new employee which is not currently showing in any category, you can simply go to this assign employee option. Here you have an option temporary and permanent. Most cases we use permanent. Temporary is, as it says, it's temporary. uh, First of all, you will have to select the category where you want to add this employee. For example, you want to put one new employee into vacations category, You select it, and then you select the employee which you want to put in this category. For example, I have this employee here, its name is Atif. You select it, and then you select the date, on which date you want to put this employee into this category. For example, I will select here 3rd February and save. Now, this employee is assigned to vacations. Before, we were able to see here that only one of the employee it was on vacations. Now I can see two employees on vacations. Let's say now this employee returns back from vacations. What happens then? We will go to the employee signing option again. We will search his name. This is his name. And you click this arrow, round arrow button. It represents the return option. You click here and you select the unassigned date. As you remember that we actually assigned this employee to the vacation status on this date. We cannot unassign him for any previous date. This will be, you have to select any date which is after this date. So that is why you cannot see any of the older dates. So let's say this employee goes on vacation on third date, and on 14th he came back. I will select 14th as the unassigned date. So I will select it as save. Now we have created a record that this employee was gone on vacation status on X date and he has returned on Y date. Now the same employee, if you want to put him in another category, let's say after 1 day this employee already goes back to his work, we can simply go back to the assign option again. Here I will select, let's say, Talabat, and I will select the name of the employee, and I will select whatever is the available date. Since he only came back from vacations on 14th, on 15th he can start working Talabat. So now this employee has gone into another category. Let's say if he skips Talabat and goes to another company, you remove him from Talabat and then you assign him to the next company. Now, for each employee, we are creating these records, and during the tenure of that employee, this happens multiple times. So there needs to be a way where we can check the history of an employee. For example, as of now, I can see that this employee, which we just added, is working in Talabat. This is what we can see. But we just now we did a transaction that this employee was gone for vacation. So if you want to check the history of this employee, there are two ways to do that. Option number one, you go to dashboard, you search the name of the employee either here, and you click on this view button, or you can simply do this thing also from the view employee list. Here you search the name of the employee and you click on the view button. Both buttons, they will lead you at the same place. So this page will open. This is called employee dashboard page, and here you have this option, it's called service history. You click on service history and you will be able to see the history of your employee. So I'm getting an error which might be due to this demo account, but in your active version you will be able to see the contract. Here you will see it mention vacations, customer, start date, end date, and mode temporary or permanent, and you will be able to see the full history of an employee. This is place number one, where you can check the history of one employee. What if you want to check the history of all of your employees? Okay, to do that, you simply go to employee section, and then you go to the reports section, and here you have a report. It's called assigned employee report. You click here, and first you will see that there is no data showing. Click on this hide and show column and select the columns that you want to add here. I will select all of them and show. Now you have here one of the 20 records. Total we have 57 records, so I will select show all. This report, it will show you the log history of every employee in your company. For example, I will search the same employee. I can see that this employee, I have two records for him. Record number one, he was gone on vacations on 3rd February. This is the start date. and this activity ended on 14th of February. And starting from 15th of February, he is engaged in one other log. He is engaged in one other category. So for example, if this will end, you will have an end date here, and then you will have a new record, and then you will have a new record. So this report, you can check history of all of the employees, and if you want to check history only for one employee, you can simply go to the employee dashboard option, and here you will be able to see the history of that employee only through this service history option, which you will be able to see in your own dashboard. And now the last part of this tutorial, that here you have vacations, absconding, all of that information, how to create these categories. If you have a new client, how you can add that. If you have a new status that you want to add, how can you do that? As of now, for example, I have new employee, new employee status, no. So let's say you want to add also employees who are getting license. So if you want to create a category that you want to distribute your employees into under license stage, under visa stage, or any other thing. To create that, you have to go to the customer section, and here you have to create a contract. Okay, so all the available contracts that we have as of now, they are showing here. Okay, so I will just quickly do this: absconding, vacations, all of that. Whatever you want to add more, click on the add new button. Here you have two type of contracts. Okay, one is the internal contract. For example, if you want to create new driver's license, it means those employees which are getting new driver's license, you create a contract, you select a random date, let's say 2000, and save. We have added a new contract with the name, with the category as new under license employees. Let's say I want to add a new category which is under visa employees. You can do that. If you want to create any other category, you can do that. Also, in some cases, once if you want to create a contract which is linked with a customer, okay, in that case it will not be an internal contract, it will be a customer contract. So you switch this option to customer, and now you are able to see two drop downs. One is the customer list. So let's say I will select Deliveroo, and I can write any AUH Deliveroo. So you can create this contract. Similarly, select a date. You can write anything. So in a nutshell, to summarize whole thing, to categorize your employees into multiple categories, first of all, you have to create multiple contracts as per your business needs. Once you have created all of those contracts, you go to employee section and you assign each employee to each contract as with this using this assign option. If one employee is already assigned to one contract, it cannot be assigned to another contract unless it is unassigned from the earlier log. Now, if you want to see the history of one employee, you would go to the view profile section of that employee only. If you want to see history of all of those employees in your company from start till today, you will go to the report section and assigned employee reports. Here you will also have to select the columns. And if you want to see the current categorization of all the employees in your company, if you want to see the summary only, you can refer to this table in the dashboard. And if you want to see the name of the employees who are currently, if you want to see the details of this dashboard, then simply you can go to this report. It's called employee current assigning report, and you can also open this report from report section of employees and this employee current assigning report. The both, they are same. Once you click here, you can actually sort this whole data as per these column headings. So I will just sort it here. So I have one employee in vacation, I have 6 employees here, I have 7 employees here, I have 2 employees here. You can see your whole categorization. And these employees which are not showing any records, it is because for these employees there is no record yet added. You have to add these records, okay? And you can simply click on this employee button here also, and it will also open the employee profile page. I hope you got the concept, and if there is any concern, you can drop a comment or you can contact our support as well. Thank you so much.